All right, welcome everyone. So, before we get into the title of this video, I'm going to give you a background of the situation. I'm not going to give exactly the bugs and everything until maybe the end of the video because I am sure you probably know them by now because there are about 20 million videos online talking about the issues with this game. But to give you a background of my situation, I made a video, and I believe it was the first video on YouTube, talking about why I was worried about this game. I was the only video up for a few days, I remember, and it was, lo and behold, my first video on my channel that reached over 1,000 views. And I got a lot of dislikes and a lot of hate on that video. And I was like, well, just wait and see, and we'll see. And lo and behold, I was still wrong because it was worse than what I thought it would be. Crazy. So for those of you who did watch that video, I accept your apology full-heartedly. You are forgiven because I know you're wanting to apologize and beg for my forgiveness, so you are forgiven. For those of you who haven't, you can go ahead and check that out if you want. It's my only other Star Wars Battlefront video. Now, to get into the title of this video of why I think it is like the way it is, the game, of course, what we're talking about, is because I think that they did this on purpose. Because, to give you a little breakdown of the studios making this, always do your research, always look at what the background, who made this game. Aspire. I can't even think of the name right now. I guess I didn't do my research. Aspire Studios made this game. Now, Aspires, they've done other remakes like the Tomb Raider remakes, Republic Commando on Switch that I hear has issues, broken game-breaking issues. Knights of the Old Republic, I heard they were going to release DLCs and then went silent on that. They don't have a great track record when it comes to their games, their remakes. So Aspire is a subsidiary of Saber Interactive. They're below Saber Interactive. And Saber Interactive is the studio who makes Warhammer 40,000. Okay? I think it's called Warhammer 40,000. I don't play those games. Now, Saber Interactive was owned by the Embracer Group, and the Embracer Group was that big monopoly company in Sweden that was buying all these studios and then laying off everyone from these studios, all right? You probably remember that. Embracer was Nordic THQ, who bought a lot of games from THQ when THQ went under, like Darksiders. So Embracer Group is a huge publisher in this in the video game industry. Studios don't like being a part of them. Watch my video of Saber Interactive and Gearbox trying to get out of there. So 2 days ago, it was official for 500 million. It's being reported right now for like 200 something, but after everything's finished and everything, it's around 500 million. Saber Interactive got out of the Embracer Group. They had their COO or vice president leave Saber, start his own studio, get investors, and he got investors involved, and they bought back Saber Interactive. So Saber Interactive got out of the Embracer Group. But the funny thing is, so Saber Interactive with Aspire, they just got out 2 days ago. This game released 2 days ago. So the thing is, this game was greenlit before 2 days ago. This game was greenlit. We're in March right now. It was greenlit probably sometime last year because you know they had to have put like 2 months development into this game, which would only bring us to January. All right, you know the game was probably greenlit and planned out last year sometime in 2023. Maybe it was greenlit January, February 2024, and it took them a week to make this game because it's basically just a port. And it's not optimized at all. It's just a port, not optimized, and then repackaged and resold. They didn't even have a marketing budget. This game, it was just some crappy trailer put together, probably from Adobe Premiere, with scenes from the game, and launched on the PlayStation YouTube channel, and then a week later, the Xbox YouTube channel. It has no marketing budget whatsoever. That was a telltale sign. Coupled with the fact that just the trailer itself showed nothing. It just said you get a couple maps from Battlefront 1 going to Battlefront 2 and vice versa, and here are a couple new heroes to play against, which were in the modded versions. of the Steam game, and you have Hero Assault Expanded or Hero Expanded Assault or something, where it's the same thing just on all maps instead of some maps. So the writing was on the wall there when I first saw that trailer. I knew this game's gonna be crap. And it was, but it was worse than what I thought. So back to why this game launched the way it did with my theory. It was greenlit, and Saber Interactive, since they were still under the Embracer Group, Aspyr and Saber Interactive were still under the Embracer Group, all the money, or the majority of the money, would probably go to the Embracer Group, okay? Now, having servers probably costs money, I would assume. And you heard that the PC version of Battlefront, the Classic Collection, launched with 3 servers on PC. Like max 200 players could play. Yeah, this was done on purpose. They are like, we're leaving the Embracer Group the day the game launches. Embracer Group gets the majority of the profit. We don't give a shit about this game. Why? So they just did a port job, just a quick port, focus their efforts on games that they're working on to ensure the survival of their studio, and just ported it and said, hey, the Embracer Group made this game. Now, they're not saying that. I'm sure Aspyr is on the box, but I'm sure it says Embracer on it. I haven't checked. But why would they spend time and their money making this game and keeping it up and running for the Embracer Group when they're leaving the Embracer Group? So this was done purposely. They don't care about this game because it's Embracer's game. It's not their game. They were just had to do it because they were under contract under the Embracer Group. So that's why it's the way it is, because they simply did not care. Similar situation happened many years ago during the height of the console wars, which I am not a part of. 2016, Xbox had Scalebound, and Scalebound was being created by, gosh, I'm forgetting the studio name, but it's a studio that made Nier Automata, and they made what's that game called on the Nintendo? Bayonetta. They made Bayonetta. They made Nier Automata. That's how to properly pronounce that. And they're known for combat games. So Microsoft put them under contract to make Scalebound, and they weren't making a lot of progress on Scalebound because they didn't care about Scalebound. They just took Microsoft's money and made Nier Automata. So this will happen where a game studio will take your money and then not give a crap about delivering on the game. And that's what I think happened, and they left the Embracer Group, and now their hands are clean. They didn't have any heart or love to put into this game. They didn't care. It was just some port. They don't care about Star Wars Battlefront from 2004, 2005. They don't care, okay? So, real quick, that's my theory. You can click off the video now if you want, but for the last 2 minutes probably, I'll show you why this game is dead to support my old video. So you can see the peak players, the players at launch. It's like 9,000. It's probably like around 9,232 at the launch. And then after everyone finds out it's shit, whoa. Then it goes back up. Whoomp, even lower. And then a little bit back up, not as high as before during the daytime. Whoomp, even lower. It is to, 1,000. The all-time peak was at launch. 24-hour peak is now 3,000. Players right now, 1,135. And the lowest it was ever at was about 1,018. Give this game 1 month and it's going to be completely gone. Completely gone. And if you just get the Steam version of this game before it gets delisted and add mods and everything to make it full resolution to today's standards, the modded version of the normal Steam Battlefront's way better. And like on Reddit here, there's lists of issues. There's so many issues. You could take a look here. You can read this if you want. I won't go through all of this, but just a lot of things like on PC, if you have a widescreen monitor, it's just completely messed up. It doesn't work on widescreen monitor, the widescreen format. I think it's not even 60 frames a second. There weren't a lot of servers. The net code, as this person says, is abysmal. Everyone's lagging everywhere. Hit registration, abysmal. Game-breaking bugs. Aiming is difficult. The campaign's a mess. Missing cutscenes. Split screen is only 2 players, not 4 players. Guys, this game was made in like a day. This game was like I don't know. I'll rehearse some ancient scriptures. This game was made in a day and a night. It came down from heaven and was made in a day and a night for all the people to play. Or for all the people to scathe and hate. Yeah, so I don't know. Comment down below what you guys think about this masterpiece of a game right here. For all you people who commented on my last video, I told you so. If you think I'm wrong, if you think that this game was made with love and care and they just honestly don't know how to code and develop, if you think this has nothing to do with the Embracer Group and them just not caring about the Embracer Group, let me know. But yeah, that's all I got for you here. See you guys in the next video.